Hey guys, I'm Simulator Tech, and today I'm taking a look at the Yunzii Al71. This board is also available as the Womir SK71 and the Shinmeng M71. However, they each have different switches included. This keyboard is pre-built and comes in at a very low $100, which in the keyboard space is fairly cheap. Yunzii sent me 2 boxes, and in the first one is what's actually included with the board. There's some extra keycaps, a silica gel snack packet, please don't eat it, spare switches, a USB cable, and a combination switch and keycap puller. Inside the second box is this gradient blue acrylic dust cover, which is pretty nice, though it doesn't perfectly fit many of my boards. There's also a bag with some switches, which include this brown and white long pole linear switch, this transparent and white semi-silent switch where the bottom out is silent, and this multi-colored one which is completely silent. They're all pretty good, and they're available on Yunzii's website if you're interested at all. There's also this super cute white keycap with this little bunny with a strawberry thing, I think. Not really sure. Super cute though. Finally, here's the keyboard with a nice plastic dust cover. I received this board in red, and it looks surprisingly premium. The case is made completely of aluminum, which is great at this price point, though the finish really shows the moisture from my hands, so that's something to keep in mind. This board actually supports wireless connectivity, so there's some switches on the back that let you control the connectivity, as well as a 2.4 GHz dongle that slots into the back of the case. Taking a closer look at the keycaps included on the board, we can see that they're double-shot cherry profile caps. They're made of PBT, and the printing quality is pretty good. On the modifiers, there's some minimal inconsistency in letter thickness, but it's better on the alphas. Obviously, you're not getting GMK quality, but this board costs less than a GMK set. The switches included are Yunzii's crystal white switches, which are pretty nice. They're quite smooth, have a slightly long pole stem, and they're pre-lubed very well. While not outstanding, they're inoffensive to say the least. One thing I noticed is this board uses plate-mounted stabilizers. They're pre-lubed ridiculously well, and none of the stabilized keys rattle at all. I've actually started to prefer plate-mounted stabs recently since they're so much easier to tune up than screw-ins. Alright, let's take a look inside the keyboard. The case utilizes a 2-piece design which is held together by screws. First off, we have the PCB and plate assembly. The plate is made of polycarbonate, and the PCB has a bunch of flex cuts for a softer typing experience. There's also plate and PE foam between the PCB and plate. This board really reminds me of MonGeek's M series boards, as it has the same PCB foam and clear sheet in the bottom case. What's even crazier is the little side pieces that are just like in MonGeek boards. These aren't made of metal like the ones on MonGeek boards, but they're made of plastic to act as an RGB diffuser. Also inside the bottom case are a daughter board and a battery to power the wireless connectivity. Alright, I'm not going to waste your time putting this back together, so I'll just use a little magic and whoa, there we go. Alright, let's see how this board sounds. For a stock pre-built board, this thing sounds really good. The sound is very clacky and has that signature PE foam sound, but it's not too prominent in this case. The stabs are perfect with no rattle or ticking, and I didn't even have to add any lube or grease. There's also no ping or hollowness, but that can be attributed to the foam. I doubt you could get away without the foam since there's so many flex cuts in the PCB, but I haven't tried it, so I'm not sure. Speaking of flex cuts, this board has a ton of flex from both the assembly bending and from gasket compression. If you want a soft typing experience, this board is a great option. So, should you buy this board? I would argue that this is one of, if not the best option for a pre-built board under $100. You're probably not going to find an aluminum pre-built for this price that sounds this good. And the best part is this board is an in-stock product. In short, yes, buy this keyboard if you're not interested in building a custom keyboard, but maybe want something to start out with and modify or just use. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and thank you Yunzii for sending out the board. See you guys later. Bye!